While at Mississippi State, you set the records for the most pick six in history, so obviously you broke all my records. That hurt a little bit.
The Players Club is presented by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Washington Commanders, and by Northwest Federal Credit Union,
the official credit union of the Washington Commanders. Northwest is celebrating game day and thanking Commanders fans with a $400 cash bonus when you open up your first ever checking account. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Visit northwestnfcu.org/Washington to find out how you can score the cash bonus with your new checking account.
What's up, everybody? This your boy Santana Moss. Welcome to the Players Club. I got my partner in crime here with me, Fred, the mouth of the South.
Most definitely.
Fred, you know what, man? I mean, you've only talked about this dude all year long, so I'm gonna let you introduce our guest.
Well, you know, I'm only introducing the NCAA's top man in pick sixes, the best thief coming from Mississippi State. I give him a step above me. Step above me, Mr. Emmanuel Forbes.
What's up, Emmanuel?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How about you?
Man, we good, man.
We good, man. We want to welcome you to the show, man. I mean, you know, I know it's late in the year and you tend, especially around the holiday time, you got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff on your plate.
Friends,
but we
family,
want to say thank you for spending some time with us. We normally start this show off with asking about or talking about your top three. So I'm going to let Fred ask this question to you. This healthy conversation is presented by Cigna Healthcare.
I want to know, and I know it's kind of time stamped, but I know you're a historian when it comes to the league and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you had to say your top three DBs of all time, who are they? Don't have to be in no order, but who are they?
Oh, you got to throw the Deion Sanders in there.
All right, we got that in common.
Golly. That's a tough question. I ain't even thought about that. Probably my dog Jalen Ramsey, he up there.
Ooh,
I gotta
we
throw
put
him.
Ramsey up there.
But see, that's time stamped.
Yeah, it's time stamp and
All right.
it's his top three. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, I understand. I'm losing my notes.
God, I don't think I have a number three, to be honest.
So what about just other guys that you've heard of or probably was told or seen highlights of from before the time of you really paying close attention to the game?
The Champ Baileys of the world.
Yeah, I was going to say Champ Bailey. He was a ball hawk, so he would probably be my number three.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, who you like, Fred?
Here you go. Like, I don't know, because I'm kind of like twisted in mind. I don't think I can say three, because then it'll look like I'm being a homer if I say three. So I'm going to have to go four. We all got the GOAT at the top, Deion Sanders. And we all know why we all like him. He changed the cornerback position. He is the cornerback position. He personified it, and we all Deion Knights right now because of him.
Yeah.
All right, then I also played with Darryl Green.
Yeah.
All right, you got to understand to play this position for 20 years. I got to sit in the meeting rooms with him. I got to learn from him. And the first thing Deion told me when I got here, he said, "I know you're gonna try to learn from all of us, but you know what? Darryl Green, the only person can Darryl Green. So that means everybody not running the 4.2, 4.140. So it was kind of different with him. Then I also played with Champ Bailey. So it's this thing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Them three yellow jackets right there. So imagine me in this meeting room, and I'm looking around like, why y'all draft me? Like, what's really going on? But I cannot have a top three, and I know this is my fourth guy, but no order. Charles Woodson, man. And I just got to be honest, man. He won the Heisman.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody won the Heisman on defense since he won the Heisman. Ball hawk showed that he can go on the other side, play wide receiver, very Deion-like. I have to go Charles Woodson. I thought it was great. So I cannot do three. I have to do four. What you think about the list? You like his or you like mine?
I love both lists. I think when you're talking about to some of this new generation, it's hard to ask them that question because it's just so many other guys. But that's one of the reasons why we want to hear your top. You know what I mean? So I was cool with whoever he said. He could have said Joe Blow and you know, that old 34.
Well, with you as a wide receiver, though, you going against his group? You going against my group?
Your group, I don't want him to see.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't get me wrong, but he called Deion out.
Yep.
Who else you called out?
Jalen.
He said Jalen. Don't get Jalen. To me is a different style of cornerback when it comes to.
He's more physical than the rest of them guys.
So I fare out well against the physical guys because they don't want to run with me. They want to beat you up at the line of scrimmage. So I know I could be quick. You know what I mean? You know, get off the line of scrimmage with those guys. And then he talked about Champ. I played against Champ.
Yeah.
Champ was a tough guy to go up against because he was fast like you. You know what I mean? He was long.
Yeah.
You know, he reminded me of you a little bit. Might be a little more, have a little more weight, but he very rangy when it comes to his arms and stuff like that.
And I think people forget how good Champ was at wideout.
Yeah.
And Champ played wideout, running back at Georgia. Also played wideout in the league. So we got a couple of guys on there that kind of crossed the ball. So we got 3 of them: Deion, Charles Woodson, and Champ.
I played when we scrimmaged against Deion when he was with the Ravens. I didn't get a chance to go up against him. You know what I mean? So, but I watched him from afar. Just some of our other guys that went up against him, and he wasn't prime. Yeah, from the years that we watched him growing up.
The toe head went on flat.
And I was a big Florida State guy that because of him. So I ain't want to do that to my childhood, childhood hero. Anyway.
So that's why I felt the way I felt about Florida State because they didn't recruit me.
Because why?
Because Fred Smoot University. So then I vowed to play against all Florida teams in a certain way after they did that. Now everybody had their dream school. You know that.
Yeah, but you ain't want that smoke from Miami, so you can say what you want.
I wanted all the smoke, most definitely. Hey, well, we're going to keep getting to know you more about you, man, in this next segment. It's time for Player Profile, presented by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Washington Commanders. While at Mississippi State, you set the records for the most pick six in history, so obviously you broke all my records. That hurt a little bit. So what does it mean to you to be like, stamped into the permanent history of Mississippi State University?
Well, I grew up from Mississippi.
Yeah.
And then, live 50 minutes from Mississippi State. Used to watch their games all the time. So it means a lot, honestly, knowing that my name's at the top of the book in the record.
My son coming to get that record. So let me ask you this. Did you ever get recruited by Ole Miss? Because I know they recruited me hard. How you feel about that? What made you choose Mississippi State over Ole Miss?
So it's crazy. It's like my godparents, they used to take me to all the Oxford games since I was younger. Yeah. So it was like I kind of got old with Oxford. Like I grew out of Oxford. You know how Oxford is.
Yeah.
And I went to Mississippi State, and I was like, this for me.
This is new.
Here. Yeah.
It wasn't because we was known for defensive backs. Because, one thing about it is Ole Miss is a wide receiver school, and we the defensive back D-line school. Yeah. So it ain't had nothing to do with that. Because you was a wide out, though, right?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. I was. It had something to do with defense because I knew I was going to play defense in college. And I was like, Ole Miss, they defense not that very talented at that time. Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to go to State. They got a lot of guys. This one Cam Dantzler just left. They still had Martin Emerson. So I was like, I'm going to join that group.
Fred talks so much about Mississippi State football, or Mississippi football, period. But Mississippi State is something that, a guy from Miami we won't know about y'all. You know what I mean? We don't look out that way and say, who are these guys? But then when you really watch, a lot of guys come from out of there.
Yeah.
What was it like when you was there? Who was the it guys? Who was the guys that you was looking at, a young Forbes saying, I want to follow this guy's footsteps? Whether he played defensive back, corner, whatever it may have been, offensive guy. Who was the guys there then when you first came in?
At Mississippi State?
Yeah, at Mississippi State.
I would probably say definitely Cam Dantzler. Like when I was getting recruited in high school, he was still there. That's when Cam was really good at corner. Yeah. And they just had a really good defense at Mississippi State. That's when they had Jeffrey Simmons, Montez Sweat, all those guys.
Okay, Tez was there too. So did you play with Tez in college?
No, I didn't play with Tez.
Okay, because I was going to say, I kind of thought he was a little before you.
Like when I used to go on visits and stuff, that's when he was still there. So yeah.
Got you.
Did anybody try to give you dual scholarship? Because you was a baseball player too. So
yeah, so most of my scholarships was football and baseball, and a lot of my offers was as receiver.
So you ain't think about that football? You ain't think about that baseball scholarship? Like, man, I could be.
And why not at Mississippi State? Our baseball team, didn't they win the national championship while you was there?
Yeah, they did.
Like, did you not try to play both sports? Because I tried to do it with basketball, and I got some practices in and rode the bench on a couple of games.
His boy swear he was a basketball player.
Listen, they call me Chef Curve.
I ain't seen it yet. I've been around him since we was 18 years old. I ain't seen him dribble a ball yet.
So I kind of had the same injury I got now. I had that in high school. In my right arm, my throwing arm.
Tommy John.
I was supposed to have Tommy John surgery. I never had it.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's why you stayed away from the baseball.
Yeah.
But did you go to the games while you was on campus while you were there?
The dude is always rocking, so I had to go there. Yeah, that's the name of the stadium.
Have you caught any Nats games yet?
I have not
you haven't
yet.
got to it?
I have not yet.
Stadium is great. You're going to enjoy it.
Okay.
Well, the things you did at Mississippi State led you to that draft day. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions dealing with the draft. One, I want to ask you, what was that night like? And then two, that transition from Mississippi to here to the DMV. How's the transition been since then?
I would say the transition been good. It's a big difference living by yourself in a city that you don't know really. So I'll probably say that's the biggest thing. But the draft night, I would say it was stressful. Like emotions was all over the place. Seeing one corner get taken off the board at 5, and you like having no other corner get picked. You don't really know. So it was a little stressful, but when I got that call, I knew exactly who it was.
Did you go into the draft anticipating a number, like saying, okay, I want to be gone right here, like if it's not here, I want to be going here.
Between 10 and 35.
So I often say, so I knew I was going to be gone between 10 and 22.
Oh, okay.
It was anywhere between there.
Yeah.
So I knew I was.
Oh, that's pressure, man. I wasn't putting that pressure or stress on myself.
I was just like, I'm gonna let it play out. Let whatever happens happen. And
I couldn't. Boy, talking about sitting there looking at numbers, I'd have been up there counting. That's how many now?
And the first thing you said was, being in this new city and being alone. Now, you're not used to being alone because you got a lot of brothers and sisters, and you are the youngest. Tell us how hard it was to fight for space in your house with 10, right? 10 brothers and sisters?
It's 10 of us total.
And you the baby?
I'm the second youngest.
Second youngest. All right, take us through that.
Having older brothers, it's tough.
It's rough.
It's rough. It's real rough. And they was definitely tough on me and made me work for everything I had to get, honestly.
Did you have to eat last at the table all the time? Did they make it hard to fight for cover in the house?
Luckily, my mom made me eat first, so she helped me with that. But besides everything else, when she wasn't at home and my brothers and them were watching me, oh Lord, it was tough.
All right, well, we're gonna wrap this first one up. Coming back, we're gonna ask or let you rate some of your favorite plays of this season.
Okay.
Welcome back into Player Club. I am Fred Smoot with Santana Moss, Mr. Emmanuel Forbes. And so far, what's been your most rewarding moment? Career period. It don't have to be just the league. It ain't got to be high school. It got to be college. I think all of us have that moment. It's time for the most rewarding moment, brought to you by Fanatics Sportsbook. The most rewarding sportsbook. Please bet responsibly.
Yeah, I would probably say both. I got 2. Both of them's in college. Definitely when I broke the record for the pick 6. Versus Tennessee State. That was probably
going into the game. Were you keeping up with it? Was it in the back of your head? All I need is one more.
Well, yeah, of course. That we was going against East Tennessee State, so I knew I wasn't gonna play that long. I was like, I gotta go and get it out the way, try to get it. So I got it and won a score, and that was a big moment. So and I would probably say the second one is when we won the Egg Bowl last year.
It's called the Egg Bowl.
It's the Egg Bowl.
So who y'all played against?
Ole Miss.
So it's because the Mississippi
rivalry, SEC rivalry. And remember I told you I've been playing on Thanksgiving my whole life? We always play them on Thanksgiving. So then I went from that rivalry to the Cowboys and Washington rivalry, which was also on Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's unique. So tell me this, when you was on that run or that tear, like just pick 6 after pick 6, was it like you was just in a zone, or was it like something that you thought about?
I visualized that me catching a pick 6 like every game. That's something I always do. And I used to tell myself, if I pick it, I'm not going to get tackled. I got to go score with it.
Got you.
Yeah, so.
Did you, on the way there, let's just say right before the last one, did you have any drops in there? Because it's always like when we trying to get something, when we get to a destination, we remember that one, like I could have did it 2 games ago, but I dropped this ball.
I've dropped quite a amount of picks in college, and most of them came my sophomore year. And I was like, God, like if I caught
those, I would have really blew the number out.
Really had like 8, 7, out of 6. So I was like, should have just took advantage of those opportunities.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure there'll be plenty more days and plenty more of those memories, because you're going to have a long career here. So let's put that in the air. You know what I mean? But this is going to lead us into this next segment where we're going to talk all defensive backs and protect this house. It's time for Protect the House, brought to you by Johnson Kendall Johnson, the official insurance broker and risk management partner of the Washington Commanders, where our passion is your protection. All right, Fred and Forbes. You know how that go, Fred and Forbes? I
like that, man. I like that.
You're going to take me into the defensive back's mind. I'm going to throw something at you, and you're going to kind of, respond the way you feel. All right, my first one would be your favorite SEC rival.
Ole
You
Miss
first.
and Mississippi State.
I can say Ole Miss.
He first, man. You
I couldn't even hold it in there. Like, that's without question right there. See, I'm running the right corner right now. You got him on the left corner, and they don't know you played some DB too.
Hey,
now,
they don't know, man. I'll be a little rover right now. Put me in. So Ole Miss and what?
Mississippi State. So what about you? I know. Come on now.
Well, you know, when it comes to me, I didn't have a favorite. But the only favorite that Miami will say is Florida State. You know what I mean? Like, that was a rival I got up for. Yeah. But it wasn't like my favorite rival.
So why y'all don't feel that way about Florida?
We don't get to play them every year. Florida, I guess Florida and Miami had a little thing back in the day, and you know, we know Maddie, one of our producers. She's Florida girl. So I got to show some love. But when I came to the University of Miami, we heard the thing about Florida State and Florida. So we always wanted to be the state champs. You know, that's everybody's dream in Florida. Like, we want to be the state champ. And it didn't always, come out the way we wanted to, because Florida State was dominating it. But Florida, they just ain't want none of us. And then when it came time, when they didn't let us go to the national championship, we had to play Florida just to have a chance to share the national championship with Florida State. So, we pounced on them.
Well, we also hate Alabama, too. See, when I was in school, Alabama feared us. I didn't lose to Alabama but one time.
For real?
Hey, listen, we beat them up and down the field.
All right. We're going to get this one to Fred. Favorite receiver to go one-on-one with? Fred, you first.
I done played against so many. We went over all the receivers I played against. A lot of yellow jackets in there. The T.O.'s of the world, the Randy Mosses of the world. Woo.
Who's your favorite one-on-one, though? Probably the one that talked the most trash with you.
Chad. It's Chad Johnson. Me and Chad had battles. No lie, this happened when we was coming out of school. Because you ain't playing the Senior Bowl.
Nah.
Me and Chad went and played in the Senior Bowl, but I was playing for the South, he was playing for the North. He dominating everybody at practice. They come get me from the South practice to go one-on-one with him 2 days in a row. And we just battled one after one after one. So I would most definitely say Chad Johnson. And what I really like about him, not only he a great athlete, we did this at a high level. Okay. So I enjoyed the rivalry. It was a jousting match.
Okay, so who would be your one-on-one guy that you want to go up against? Or you
went against?
Yeah.
At first, at the beginning of the season, it was Devontae Smith.
Okay.
Yeah, Slim Reaper versus Slim Reaper.
Now I got to change that one. It's A.J. Brown now.
A.J. Brown?
He won it this year, but
that's the approach you take. Because listen, as much as I done got on receivers, they done got me too. That's part of the job. It happens.
But you know what that thing about, and I want to cut in with that because I watched that battle, and it's one of those things. When you're a rookie, you're a rookie. You can see it. It don't matter who you are.
Yeah.
Because we all got to be brought back down to earth a little bit. But I'm not saying that was done to you, because I understand defense. I understand there's situations where at times you was right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Finish the play.
You was right there. So I would love to see you in that one-on-one and where you can play your style of play.
Yeah.
But when you're playing in a defense where you need to be protected in a certain way, I don't like when I'm in a situation and I know someone's supposed to have my back, and then I'm the one that hung out to dry. You know what I'm saying?
That's the life of a DB.
Yeah,
and that's why when we give up a touchdown and we come to the bench and sit down, nobody sit beside us. We take that alone. And then camera be right in your face. You know what they said. So it's a hard life for us.
Yeah,
so
I would say I'm glad you said that, because that means this off season you're going to have that picture on the wall.
Yes, sir.
And every time you go out there and do some drills, you're going to have that in mind.
My nemesis, Steve Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We had them days.
Okay, next question. Who's the GOAT of the NFL in the defensive backs? I'm going to start with you first.
The GOAT.
Greatest of all time, huh?
I'm going to get phone calls after this one.
I would probably say mine is Darryl Green.
Yours, Darryl Green?
The outside leverage press, running for two, you can't beat it.
Ooh, I like that.
Way to be a company man. But also, Deion played for this team.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. I'm going with Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
I have to. I love D Green. I'm close to D Green.
So
1A, 1B.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's no wrong answer with that. I never got a chance to play against Darryl Green, and I never got a chance to see Prime close up on the football field, not on the practice field, but on the in between the lines.
Yeah.
But those are great answers. I mean, when you look at what Darryl Green did to play 20 years, to me, I feel like that speaks for itself.
And do you believe this? At the 20th year, he was still the fastest person on the team.
Well, I heard this at 50-something years old, he ran a 4.2. So
he probably running 4.2 right here in the neighborhood right now.
So you said Deion. Okay, next question. favorite restaurant in Mississippi. I want to hear this one.
Ooh.
Not no Sizzlers either. Don't talk about no Sizzlers.
Hey, I was finna get that Sizzlers some love, baby.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Favorite restaurant in Mississippi? I'll probably say my favorite is KFC. That's my favorite.
Just a simple man.
Hey, he ain't wrong. That's his favorite.
Do y'all not remember Ponderosa?
Yeah, I remember. We had Ponderosa.
Because it was kind of cafeteria style.
Yeah,
had the ice
style.
cream. I couldn't wait to get to the ice cream.
You go there and you get all you can get.
Listen.
All you can eat.
When we eat Ponderosa, that mean the family balling. I don't know what happened the week
Normally
before
on a Sunday out the church.
Yeah, and then with the church shoes
Everybody
on.
named mama.
Yeah, so Ponderosa, a Sizzler. I got to always get Sizzler. And it ain't many of these restaurants open still.
It's not.
So that kind of show our age.
So we was in LA this past weekend, and I remember we was driving, I don't know where we was at. Me and B. Mitch was in the car together. And I'm like, it's a Sizzler still open out here.
I would have stopped, whipped over. I need some rolls. I need something out of there right now.
Sizzler was the spot, man.
Yeah.
So next question, the favorite egg bowl memory. We just talked about egg bowl. The favorite egg bowl memory. Starting with you.
Oh, yeah. I got some.
Definitely my junior year this past year. So we was winning, right? And we had the ball on the 1 yard line, and our quarterback fumbled it. And it's like 2 minutes to go, so they drive the ball down all the way to score. They down by 2. And I would probably say when my D lineman knocked the ball down on 2-point conversion, and we won the game.
Oh, man.
You know, we had to run to their student section, let them know, because they talk a lot.
It
ain't nothing like talking to that student section, boy.
Well, mine was a little different. All right, Deuce McAllister. He's the tailback. They motion him out to the corner. Yeah, Ole Miss motioned him out. So now they motion him out to my corner. So I had to move out, and they try to run a fade route with him. I one hand the ball before Odell, so my name was Odell at the time. We down.
This clown,
we down by 13 points with 2 minutes left. I one hand the pass. We go down. We score. Then the next play we had the famous kick six, where the other cornerback on the other side, Robert Bean, knocks the ball, kicks it to my other homeboy. He catches it, runs it back. We kick the field goal. We win the game by 1 point. Wow. Ultimate egg bowl right there.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, that's a good way to end one right there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so this is going to be one of the, I'm dying to hear this one. Who had the better era at State?
Well, let's
start with you.
Let me give our credentials. 4 years in a row, number one defense. Went to the Cotton Bowl. Went to the SEC championship. Lost, I think, 9 games in 4 years. I'm sorry, the golden years have to be the Fred Smoot era.
What you got to say about that, Forbes?
I'll probably say, I got to college in 2020, COVID year, had all SEC schedule.
All SEC schedule that year?
Yeah.
So y'all ain't play nobody else?
Nobody else.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, yeah.
My sophomore year, we went 9-3, 9-4.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's pretty tough. We won 10 games last year, so I don't know.
You won 10 games. We ended up playing in the Cotton Bowl after that SEC. Ricky Williams, he did run for like 200 yards on us.
He ran you?
Listen, Ricky ran a lot of people over. Ricky ran a lot of people over.
I'll probably say they did. They made it to the SEC championship. They didn't win, but
I think the only people that try to say that their era was better than ours would be the Dak Prescott area, because they was number 1 in the nation at the time. Trying to play for a national championship. Him, Fletcher Cox, they had some dogs. Preston Smith, most definitely.
You know what, Fred asked that question, so that's the only right.
Yeah, I did ask that question.
He tried to throw you under the bus.
I'm gonna give it to him.
Don't worry, we got more questions and more good stuff coming back. More Emmanuel Forbes after this.
Welcome back to the Players Club. It's your boy 8 to the 9 here with the Mouth of the South and our boy Emmanuel Forbes. Hey, this is part of the show. This segment here, we're going to go through some of your top plays of the season and, chop it up with you and see what you feel about them.
Nothing like watching your film.
Let's take a look at Driving Towards Greatness, presented by Eastern's Automotive Group. Any car, any way, for everyone since 1988. Oh, this is the interception.
This is your first interception,
First
right?
INT. Man, when you failed, I was like, what are you doing?
What was going on? You were thinking too much right here. You were like, I'm just not finna drop this ball.
That was the first. I was like, I gotta catch it. Then I fumble it. I was like, wow.
Because you got running room right there. You got a lot of running room.
You was thinking pick six. Here you go.
My mind was thinking pick a six. My legs wasn't.
It happens to the best of us. Great play. Hey, now this next play, PBU against New England, 3rd and 4. You break this one up. Talk a little bit about it.
So I knew they was going to try to come at me. That was my first game back.
Yeah.
So I knew they was coming at me, and they run a lot of in-breaking routes with the wide split.
Yep.
So I was just down and press, anticipating slant the whole way.
And you was used to playing against Matt Jones. Didn't you play against him in college?
I did play against him.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, now this one right here. This is the one that made you immortal in college right here, 2nd and 10, Mississippi State. Take us right here. Take us down through it.
Well, you know,
Ooh, look at him. That's a Slim Reaper right there. That's him.
Spin cycle.
That's him, right?
Yeah. What are you thinking right now? Just don't trip and fall?
Don't get caught. Do not get caught. Yeah.
Most definitely.
Well, Fred, grab this helmet for us, man. Emmanuel, we want to thank you for coming to the Players Club.
Most definitely.
It's a tradition that we pass this helmet along to every guest, and they get to put their Hancock on it. Mm-hmm. And while you do so, I like to ask you, man, what's next for Forbes? So what's what it's gonna look like these next 3 weeks for you, man?
Just staying healthy, honestly, protecting myself and making plays on the ball. That's the goal. Just continue to make plays, finish the year strong, and hopefully finish the year off with some wins.
Yep. No doubt. Great question. Great answer, too.
Yep.
Well, that's a wrap from the Players Club. Thanks for tuning in with my boy Fred, Emmanuel Forbes, and you know it, yours truly, 8 to the 9. See you next week, same time.